day 3 of our beginner yoga practice. If you're here and watching the replay, hashtag replay, and please share with me some of your biggest takeaways. What are you uncovering and discovering as we move from a beginner, what it means to begin, to start something new, or to start over from something that we had been practicing before? We moved from warm-ups into sun salutations, and then today we get into the juicy bits. We get into the standing postures. And so I would love to hear from you, those of you that are watching the replay. Were you here for day 1 and day 2? When you're joining now, those of you that are watching live, just go ahead and let me know that you're here. Were you here yesterday? I want this to be as interactive as possible. I absolutely love that you're all making community here, like commenting on each other's posts, introducing yourself to the group, knowing that this is a place of coming home and connection. Especially right now, given the fact that we're in the midst of COVID. And some people are still in lockdown. Some people still can't go out and interact. I know especially in certain places it's a little bit more strict. And even if you can, some of you are still living in this fear because of what's happening and how do we go about it. Hey Julie, good morning. Tell us where you're from. And if you did yoga practice day 1 and day 2, what was your biggest takeaway? Those of you that are here, I have hopped on about 10 minutes early just to chat, kind of get to dive in a little bit deeper into what we've been doing. If you've been here with me the last couple days, how long you've been in this community here in the Facebook group where we come together and just make it about growth. Using the yoga practice, using meditation to overcome stress and anxiety. And given that everything that's happened in the world, our stress is a little bit higher, our threshold is a little bit smaller, and we can incorporate yoga into that through breathing, through chanting, through taking the practice that we discover here on our yoga mat and really incorporating it into our lives. One of my private clients is like, yeah, when I'm doing the dishes now, I'm chanting Om Mani Padme Om. And it's like, yeah, that is resonant from our module number 1 in the Live Your Yoga mentorship, where we dive into ahimsa, as we did yesterday. So the practice of kindness and compassion. When we practice ahimsa on the mat, it's about being kind to our bodies, allowing our bodies to shift, change, and fluctuate just as we do. And then when we get off the mat, it's this ability to be kind in the way we talk to ourselves if we push ourselves too much. Those of you that are just joining, or if you're watching the replay, let us know if you were here the last few days. Hashtag replay if you're here. And please share some of your biggest insights, takeaways, and any questions. I did come on about 10 minutes early, and I will the next few days, just to kind of get a better idea of what you guys are all up to. Yeah, totally. Well, thanks for being here, Julie. And what I've been saying to my students recently is that yoga doesn't always look a certain way. What yoga is the ability to bring your presence and your awareness into what you do and how you do it. So sometimes we don't always get onto our yoga mats. Sometimes it's just while we're doing the dishes, or when we're waiting in line to pay a bill, or we're waiting in line at a traffic light. It's being present rather than letting your mind think of all the other things that you should be doing. Bringing your awareness into the here and now. I love the breath as the anchor point because it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. If you're breathing, you are present and you are here in the moment. When we start to get stressed out, when we hold on to fear and anxiety and doubt, it's because our mind is contemplating the past or trying to predict the future. And so we get caught up in what we can't control. But if we bring the awareness to the breath, into the moment, that we can control. And when we're able to control the present moment, we're no longer lashing out on our friends, we're no longer exploding on our coworkers, we're no longer taking our internal energy and lashing out on the external world. We're bringing our awareness into the moment to fully digest our emotions and our feelings. And today we dive into Satya. Yama number 2. Satya is truth. How can I live with integrity? How can I be true and honest? And I love this quote by Rumi. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Before you speak, let your words pass through this gate. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And we'll find that integrity on our mats today. As we move through our bodies, like, is this alignment true for you? Is it necessary? And is it kind? So cultivating self-love on your yoga mat. And being honest with yourself if you need to take a variation, if you need to take a modification. Listen to that place, that space in your body, and take a couple steps back. Because when you're able to live from a place of truth, you're contagious. Other people see your authenticity. They attach to it. They gravitate towards it. No one likes a liar. And you know who it's really easy for us to lie to? Tell me in the comments below. Who is it really easy for us to lie to? Anyone got some guesses? It's really easy for us to lie to ourselves. I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna do it later. It's easy for us to push it off. And the more that we lie to ourselves, yes, Jamie, 100% ourselves. The more that we lie to ourselves, the stronger the subconscious gets in knowing how to trick you. It's like when you're meditating, the way in which we develop a strong meditation practice is by pausing and bringing the awareness back to the anchor point rather than following the thought. But because the mind is so smart, what will happen is it'll start to think of something even better, and whatever it can do to get you out of being present. And so the more that you lie to yourself, the stronger the subconscious gets and the harder it is for you to hold on to your word. So practice being true to yourself first. If you're watching the replay, #replay. If you're here now, share with me where you're from. How many days of this beginner training have you been at? And what's a big insight that you have? We have a few minutes, so let's chat. Hey, Tony. Before we get on our mats. If you need to prepare your mat, I know the last few days I've been like, get 2 blocks and a stack of books, and we haven't used those blocks or books, but today you're going to need your blocks. You may need a stack of books, something high, anything that's going to elevate you up. Good morning, Joanna. Thank you for being here. As you're ready, we're gonna meet on our mats. I always like to use a cushion, but you can use a pillow if you're at home, it's easier. And just find your way onto the ground, onto your yoga mat and a seated posture. And find what's true for you. And by this I mean, maybe you're not on the block. Maybe you're not on the pillow. Maybe you're lying down in Shavasana. This can be your truth. As you're ready, find your way into a seated position with your eyes closed. Draw the awareness to your breathing. Start to slightly restrict the backside of your throat as you connect to the Ujjayi breath. Breathe in and out of your nose. Bring your hands to your heart, palms together in Anjali Mudra. Press your palms together, tuck your chin slightly, and contemplate what your intention is, why you're here. Honor your truth. And as you're ready, move forward onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. Knees wide, underneath of your hips, shoulders over your wrists, and then begin to open your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Bring your big toes to touch and send your butt to your heels. Walk your arms forward and fold. Tuck your chin towards your chest as you extend the crown of your head towards your thumbs. Press through your palms and draw the shoulders onto your back. Long neck as you draw the awareness into your breathing. Continue to stay connected to the Ujjayi breath. Big breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands over towards the left. Press strong through your right hand and look over your left shoulder. Send your breath down through the right side of your body. Inhale, walk your hands back to center and exhale over towards the right. Press firm down through your left palm. Gaze up and over your right shoulder as you create space down through the left side of your body. Inhale back to center. Walk your hands towards you, lift up onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. Draw your belly button towards your spine. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your sitting bones, open your chest. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine. Flow, cat and cow. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. One more on your own. Inhale, neutral spine, look between your thumbs. Step your left foot towards your thumb, and then your right foot towards your thumb, feet hips distance apart. Bend your knees deeply. As you bend your knees deeply, grab onto opposite elbows, and just be gentle, be true to yourself here. As you pour your heart, your weight over your legs, send strong awareness, grounded down into your feet, down to the balls of your feet. So rock forward here onto the balls of your feet and then send the energy back into your heels as you find your feet grounded onto the mat. Hug your shins in and turn your inner thighs towards one another, press them back.
As you shift your hips directly over your ankles, relax through the crown of your head out into the earth. Uttanasana, forward fold. Fingertips onto the blocks or to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Find integrity here with your spine. Extend your shoulders towards your ears and then draw them towards the spine. Tuck your chin slightly as you extend through the crown of your head. And allow the integrity of your spine to be an offering of you to walk, speak, and live from a place of truth. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands onto your hips. Draw your shoulders and your elbows towards one another. Press down into your feet. Tone your belly. Inhale, rise up. Arms towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Palms touch. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, heart forward, thighs back, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Look up, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold from your hips. Strong legs, root. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra at the center of your heart. Press your palms together and reconnect with your breath. Connect back with your intention. Inhale, arms reach up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, stretch up through your left arm, and reach over towards the right. As you do, breathe down through the left side of your body. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, opposite side. Switch wrists, stretch left. Inhale, back to center. Reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your palms onto the mat. Step back, high plank. Lower your knees to the earth. With your shoulders over your wrists and your toes curled under, draw your belly in. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, elbows back towards the hips, shoulders forward. Hover and hold. Build a little bit of bicep strength, tricep strength, core strength, then lower to your stomach. Take the tops of your feet to the edges of your mat. Lift your right leg, stretch it back. Lift your left leg, stretch it back. Spider tip your fingers to the outer edges of your mat, elbows up. Gaze down towards the earth. From the hips, lengthen through the sides of your body. Reach your shoulders towards your ears. Draw your shoulder blades towards one another and then extend them down the back. Tuck your chin, inhale, Bhujangasana. Keep your shoulders and your elbows reaching back. Lift your heart, look forward. Exhale, press back. Palms underneath your shoulders. Lift your hips, curl your toes. Downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Check your down dog. Find the integrity of down dog by coming forward, plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, high push-up, and from plank, you should press back into down dog. Now begin to hug your forearms in and wrap your shoulders around the sides of your body. Extend the crown of your head towards your thumbs as you draw your belly in, tilt your sitting bones up. Hug your thighs in, extend your heels back. Downward facing dog, your knees may be bent, honor your truth. Love your body. So if the hamstrings and the shoulders are sore and tight from the last few days, honor that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward, turn your back left heel in. Look down on the earth with me for a moment. Right heel intersects the back left arch. Now, turn your gaze towards the top of your mat. Draw your right hip under. Stretch your left fingertips up and overhead as you rise. Warrior two. So here, there's about a leg's distance apart between your front foot and your back foot, and your right knee is directly over the right ankle, and then open it out to the right. Stretch your arms, and you want to make sure that you have your shoulders directly over your hips. So you may lean forward and back, and then align shoulders over the hip bones. Stretch your arms out in opposite directions, and follow your gaze towards your middle finger. Virabhadrasana 2. Reach your left arm back and your right arm up and overhead. Reverse warrior. Right side body stretch. Bend your right knee and open the right knee to the right. Breathe through the front right rib cage. Inhale, arms to T. Warrior 2. Stretch your right arm forward and find your block. Bring your block to the outside of your right foot. There's 3 levels to the block. Find your truth. Right hand to the block, draw your right hip under, stack your left shoulder over the right. Here, gaze down towards the ground. Find strength through your legs. As you stack your shoulders and your hips, reach your left arm up. And stretch your left arm over the left ear as you draw your gaze, your right eye towards your left thumb. Extended side angle. From the back left ankle out through the top left fingertips, one line of long energy. Stretch and reach. Look down towards the ground. Lift your left heel, set your prop to the side and step back, downward facing dog. Notice what you feel, and if you'd like child's pose here, please honor your body. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Turn your back right heel in. Look forward, press down through your legs, and then open your body up and open towards the right. Hands to your hips. Bend your left knee and draw your left knee to the right. Look forward, look over to the right. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Stretch your arms out in opposite directions. Warrior 2. Shift your gaze towards the front fingertips. And breathe. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reach your left arm forward and then right arm down towards the right thigh. Stretch and reach through the front left rib cage. Open through the left side body. Warrior 2. Stretch your left arm forward and lower the left arm down. Left hand grabs for the block. Look down. Stack your right knee. Press your right knee into your left hand. And then draw your right shoulder blade back and up. Draw your chin towards your right shoulder. Stretch your right arm up. Reach your right arm over the right ear. And then feel the stretch down through the right side of the body. Utthita Parshva Konasana, extended side angle pose. Look down towards the earth, place your right hand, lift your right heel, set your block to the side, step back, down dog. Your down dog may go straight into child's pose or flow with me. Inhale, plank pose. Knees to the earth, toes curled under. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Lower to your stomach. Tops of your feet to the edges of your mat, lift and straighten through your legs. Draw your heels of the hands back. Inhale, cobra pose, lift your heart. Exhale, lower your chest, your forehead, curl your toes. Press back. We'll take a mini break. Find your way into child's pose. Big toes touch, booty to the heels. Stretch your arms forward as you lower your forehead to the earth. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Bring your back left heel in about a foot. Lower the left heel to the earth. And because this is a beginner yoga practice, we're going to step the left foot out into two separate strain tracks. But your back left foot is at a 45 to 60 degree angle. Bend your front right knee, press into your legs, and rise all the way up into warrior one. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your right knee. Draw your right hip back. Reach your left hip forward. And from that place, tuck the tailbone. Reach your tailbone down as you draw your belly in. Inhale, lengthen your arms towards the sky. Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten your back, left leg. Activate your left quadricep. Bend your right knee deeply. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten your right leg. Press down through your feet. Draw the energy up through your legs as you square your hips forward. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, melt, drift your heart forward over your front right leg. Bring your fingertips either onto the blocks or to the mat. Press into your left foot, lift your right hip. Bring your right hand onto your sacrum and level your sacrum out with the earth. Bring your right hand back to the floor or the block. Inhale, lengthen your spine long, reach your heart forward. And exhale, begin to forward fold. Tuck your chin to your chest. Draw your shoulder blades towards one another on the back. From your hip bones out through your shoulders, through the crown of your head, create length. Inhale, halfway lift, bend your knees, set your blocks to the side, place the hands onto the mat and step back into downward facing dog. Feel the left to the right, notice, observe. One truth that I have is as I'm looking at my hair, I see like 6 or 8 long hairs that are gray. Inhale, look forward, exhale, step your left foot forward, bring your right heel down. Open your feet up so that they're hips distance apart. Right foot at a 45 degree, 60 degree angle, bend your left knee. Root down through your legs and inhale, rise up. Hands to your hips, square your hips forward. Preparation for warrior one. Remember, as I said yesterday, as we start to open the hips, this is a tight posture, so you may find that you're not quite squared forward, and that's 100% normal Inhale, extend your arms towards the sky, Virabhadrasana 1. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your left leg. Draw the energy from the feet, through the legs, into the heart, all the way through the crown. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hands to the earth or to your blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Level the hips. Exhale, fold from your hips as you move your shoulder blades towards your spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands onto the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands one at a time back towards your toes. Fingertips under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your hands up towards the top of your mat. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lower your knees onto the mat. Swing your feet to the right. Sit back onto your left hip and bring the legs all the way around in front of you. Before we go down onto our backs, grab your block and place it to the back edge of your mat. Open your feet as wide as your yoga mat here. Bring your hands back behind you. Fingertips point out towards the long edge of the mat, and then just sway your knees to the left. Drop your right knee in towards the left foot. Lift your knees up and lower them to the right. 2 more times, up and over. Lift up. Grab onto your shins and roll onto your back. With your hands into your shins, press your shins into your hands and find space in your low back. Slowly release your feet to the floor. Grab your block. On the lowest level, the lowest option of your block, inhale, lift your hips. Slide the block underneath of your sacrum. The sacrum is a perfect little shelf to support you. Now if you're here and you're like, oh, I would like a little bit more of a stretch in my hips, the hip flexors, then turn the block up just one more. But don't go any farther than that. And then bring your arms down by your sides, close your eyes. Draw the awareness to your breathing. Letting your words pass through the gate. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? As we move into the practice of satya, truthfulness, to live from a place of integrity, we want to be sure that we're living from a place of ahimsa, kindness first. Patanjali says that if you're going to practice one yama, it's kindness. Lift your hips up. Slide your block out and slowly lower your sacrum to hit the earth first. Heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. Let your knees drop in. Cactus your arms, palms to the sky. Heel toe your feet back, hips distance apart. Straighten your left leg out towards the left corner of your mat. Straighten your right leg out towards the right corner of your mat. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms face up. Soften your forehead, your arms, your legs. Bring the awareness into your breathing. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a few deep breaths. And when and as you're ready, come up to seated. Onto a cushion, a pillow, something, if that is in your truth, as you find your way up to seated. Bring your hands in front of your heart to reconnect with your satya, your truth. And to remember that your feelings are non-negotiable. Sometimes your opinion can be kept to yourselves. But when in doubt, come back to this teaching, this quote from Rumi. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? And close with one Om. Big breath in. Namaste. All right, we did it. Day 3. Those of you that are still here, I love that you have pushed through to day 3. I am here to let you all know that some of these teachings and these practices that I'm sharing with you, day 1, day 2, day 3, all through day 7,
are in my Living Your Yoga journal. It is a workbook that teaches you yoga asana, pranayama, meditation, the yamas and the niyamas. And I've pulled and I extracted all of the juices from my 3-month membership and I put it into this book. I am here to start pre-ordering books. So if you're interested in this journal and you want to know a little bit more, I am going live to show you what's in the journal with the graphic designer that helped me make it. And the best part about this book is we're giving back to the planet. We'll be planting trees. We'll also be printing on recycled paper, vegetable oil, ink, and putting it together in mechanical binding. So super excited about this. I created it while I was in lockdown, 7 months of India, and it's amazing. So glad you're here, Kathy, pushing through. This was day 3, and today was hard. It's not easy. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Bye.